everyone, welcome to Ripples. Hi. Theo, where's Theo? Can I congratulate you in public? Theo passed her foundations exam in acupuncture yesterday. Wonderful. So I had a very interesting email from Trish. Yep, she's here. Trish, for those of you who don't know her. And yesterday I made a big fuss about all the new people coming and didn't thank all the regulars for being here. I'm always mean that. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. So for those of you who don't are new to the group, Trish lives on the Isle of Inisheer, which is off the west coast of Ireland. And she writes, Dear Anne, I had a question I thought you might consider for chat and or ripples. I'm wondering about how, when people undergo heart-related medical procedures, they can have a very noticeable change of heart, a personality change. Their behavior changes in a way that is very visible. I've seen this happen with small procedures like having a pacemaker inserted, and with bigger ones like bypass surgery. I wonder if the mechanics of how these things affect the Shen might interest you. Feel no pressure to cover this. And then she says, Ripples has kept my sanity all through this very weird year. So, okay, so it's a very, very interesting point. And sometimes if people ask a very specific question like that, and then if it comes up close to Ripple time, or if I read it close to Ripple's time, I always say, well, there must be something in it for all humanity, which is why we're here. So as you know, there is only one source of heart chi and heart blood, and that is the blood that accumulates in the liver. In other words, the blood that's drawn back to the liver with every heartbeat. And as you know, at night time, especially between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m., the gallbladder channel is responsible for returning blood to the heart at a much higher level. And the Western number for that is 70%. So with every beat of the heart, while you're asleep between 11 and 1, 70% of your entire blood volume accumulates in the liver, where it swells. And the reasons for that are numerous. The two main reasons, well, the most interesting reason to me is that the liver is the seat of the Hun, which Jung would called the collective unconscious. So when you're sleeping, the Shen goes to rest while the spirit, which is an aspect of the Shen, of course, goes into the Hun or goes into the liver, and the Hun takes the disappointments or the little irritations or the traumas anywhere on that spectrum of the day. It moves them out into the collective unconscious and tries to make sense of them and to resolve them, which is the purpose of dreams or nightmares. And if insufficient blood goes to the liver, it means that that we might be aware of our nightmares, we might be aware of the dreams that we're having, which in Chinese medicine is seen as anathema to full resolution and deep sleep. So they're not talking about remembering the dreams every day, but valuing the remembering of prophetic dreams that have instruction. So that's the first main function. And the second main function, which was probably most important of all, is for the liver to come to accumulate this blood, is to then be able to send it up, and of course the spleen is responsible for that ascending power, to send it up to the heart. If the liver is full, I like the word replete, if the liver feels replete with blood, then the heart feels replete too. That blood comes up into the heart feels it has plenty of blood to pump, and off it goes. And that goes for qi too. So liver blood translates to heart blood and heart qi. So when the heart misbehaves or appears to be off on a graph, a diagnostic graph, and there is a pacemaker or some kind of surgery enacted on the heart, what we're doing is asking the heart to behave in a way that's not true to the liver. So in other words, we're asking it to behave as though everything's okay. And so the emotions that are carried in the blood, as you know, emotions are carried in the blood, those emotions are not honestly expressed, and you see an apparent personality change. So that's one aspect of that. But the plus side of that is that the gift of a pacemaker is that it moves the stagnation in the heart, and that movement, which then in a way frees the Shen, allows more of a settling in sleep, which in turn allows the blood to be replenished. Anyway, I'm trying not to be too verbose, but if the surgery involves a heart transplant or a blood transfusion, because memories are held in the blood, you see for a period of time following that surgery, heart transplant or blood transfusion, that the recipient of the blood or the heart has dreams and memories and personality changes, which is what Trish is talking about, that only make sense to the donor. They're disconnected from the recipient, because the recipient is receiving these memories and the echoes of these dreams and whole personalities that last for the life cycle of a red blood cell. So that could be anywhere between 30 and 100 days. And some people, especially famous people and politicians, have been removed from public speaking because they're unrecognizable for that period of time. So it's very, very interesting. So how can we make this applicable to all humanity? Well, that would be, I think, to encourage good internal circulation. So heart, we're not doing this point, but heart 5, the low point of the heart, governs external circulation. In other words, blood flow to the periphery. I mean, the spleen has a role in that, of course. But pericardium 6, the low point of the pericardium, frees the heart in such a way that internal circulation is improved. That means specifically blood from the liver to the heart and blood from the liver to the kidneys, among other circulation of blood to the viscera. And so if we were to put out a ripple in the pond that encouraged or freed circulation of blood between liver and pericardium, it's Jueyin pair, which in turn affects the heart, so effectively liver to heart, then what we're saying is the ripple would be to free humanity to both express the effects of the resolution of emotional despair or upset, and also to enable the liver to receive blood at night so that the dreams are deep, and so that the sleep is deep, dreams are effective, and the minor upsets to the major traumas are more deeply resolved in sleep. So ultimately, the ripple we would be putting in the pond is emotional honesty along with calm. So thanks for your question, Trish. Does that answer your question? Yeah, okay, great. So let's get to work, and thank you so much for being here. Okay, here we go. Oh, I didn't tell you the points, did I? So the points would be pericardium 6 would be bled that's too soon from the wrist crease, pericardium 6, which is called the inner gate. The inner gate because the diaphragm needs to be crossed for the liver to get to the pericardium. So pericardium 6 relaxes the chest, including the diaphragm, allowing that transition to happen. And pericardium 4, which is 5 soon from the wrist crease, and that points the she-clef point of the pericardium, and it's called the gate of movement. It's like putting pericardium 6 on steroids. So it's like really beefing up your internal circulation, not to be misused, but that would be needled and reduced. All right, so they're the 2 points for today. Now we can get to work. Thanks so much. Okay. so much.